How did colonialism shape modern Middle East states? Imagine a map where borders suddenly appear, cutting across lands that once belonged to different tribes, kingdoms, and empires. This is what happened in the Middle East after World War I. European powers like Britain and France drew new borders that didn't match the region's old social or cultural divisions. They created countries where none had existed before, often combining groups with different languages, religions, and histories. This made it hard for these new states to feel united or truly representing their people. Colonial administrations also introduced new ways of governing. They trained local elites in European languages and bureaucratic methods, which laid the foundation for modern government institutions. But these changes also deepened divisions, as some groups felt more loyal to their local leaders or ethnic identities than to the new state. For example, officials in Syria and Iraq developed their own national identities based on colonial experiences, rather than shared Arab or Islamic roots. This shift weakened older identities that had once united the region under empires or religious communities. Another big impact was how colonial powers controlled and shaped the political landscape. They often centralized power, used military force to maintain control, and created dependency on the colonial rulers. When these countries gained independence, many kept these centralized and sometimes authoritarian systems. This legacy made it difficult for them to develop democratic institutions or share power fairly. Legal and political systems also reflected colonial models, with some states adopting pseudo-democratic rules that prioritized security over individual rights. Colonial policies also caused uneven development. British strategies in Iraq and Transjordan show this well. In Iraq, colonial authorities favored tribal landowners, which created local power bases that limited the central government's reach. In Transjordan, the ruling elites depended heavily on the state for their power, giving the government more control. These differences affected how well each country could provide services like education and health care, leading to disparities within and between states. The borders set by colonial rulers often ignored the existence of ethnic and national groups. Iraq, for example, brought together Kurds, Arabs, and Turkmen without a shared sense of nationhood. This has led to ongoing conflicts and instability. Meanwhile, stateless nations like the Kurds have developed strong national feelings but remains divided across Turkey, Iraq, Syria, and Iran. This has kept them on the margins, fighting for recognition and independence. In the end, colonialism shaped the Middle East by creating artificial borders, establishing new governments, fostering local nationalisms, and leaving behind uneven development. These influences still shape the region's politics, society, and economy today, making it a complex and fascinating part of world history.